This is the OTB Network.
Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. I'm Jean Wood. Not exactly the busiest time of the year in the horse racing industry. Nonetheless, a number of interesting stakes races contested over this past weekend, and we're going to start the program down south at Calder Racecourse with a pair of stakes races on Saturday, beginning with the three-ring stakes for two-year-old fillies going 1 1/16 for $100,000. Let's head to Calder now for the running of the three-ring.
They're all in the gate. And they're off in the three-ring stakes. At the rail, Never Fail breaks sharply, rushing up in the middle of the track. Lady Stars with Birdtown to her inside. Outside of her, it's Bolero. Moving up next, that's Making Heat. Then toward the outside, it's None Hour. Moving at the rail, next comes Kathy Lee G. The early trailer is Dakota Light. They move around the clubhouse turn, and it's Lady Stars that opens up 1.5 lengths. Bolero toward the outside. Inside of her, it's Birdtown. Length back, Making Heat settles in 4. Then 1.5 lengths to the rail, it's Never Fail with None Hour alongside. Another 1.5 lengths back to the outside. Dakota Light, and at the rail, it's Kathy Lee G. They went the first quarter in 23 4. 5 furlongs left to go in the three-ring stakes, and on the inside, it's Lady Stars continuing to lead with Bolero forcing the pace second. 1.5 lengths to the outside, Making Heat is next. Then to the rail, it's Birdtown. 2.5 lengths back to None Hour. Dakota Light on the outside. At the rail, it's Never Fail, and 3.5 lengths to Kathy Lee G. The half in 49 1. They leave the backstretch and move to the 3/8 pole. Lady Star's been there since the beginning. Leads by a length. Bolero toward the inside. Moving at the rail, it's Birdtown. Then on the outside, Dakota Light comes on. Between horses, it's Making Heat. It's 2 lengths back. 1 hour to the outside. At the rail, it's Never Fail. And 5 lengths back, Kathy Lee G. 3/4 and 1:14 3. Less than 1/4 mile to go in the three-ring stakes. With the lead to the inside now, that's Lady Stars. Down the middle of the track, Dakota Light. To the inside, it's Birdtown. Then it's 2.5 lengths back to Never Fail. They come to the final furlong. Dakota Light on the outside. Birdtown to the inside. 1.5 lengths back, Never Fail coming on. They come to the 16th pole. Dakota Light has a short lead. To the inside, Birdtown to the outside, Never Fail. Dakota Light wins it by 1/2 length. It was Never Fail second.
Dakota Light picking up the victory by 3/4 length at 5-1, earning her first stakes victory. It was a little bit of a bumpy start. She made a nice move 3 wide on the far turn, dueling into the stretch to prevail over Never Fail, who picked up the second spot with only a neck in front of third place finisher, the favorite Birdtown, who had tracked the pace in the early going, easing out into the stretch, dueling and weakening only in the final 16th. The winner, Dakota Light, is a 2-year-old bay filly, a daughter of Colony Light from Dolly's Back by At the Threshold. Bred in Florida by the JD Farms, owned by JD Farms and trained by David Brownlee, ridden to victory by Julio Garcia, Dakota Light completes the 1 1/16 of the three-ring at Calder in 1:47 2. Heading back to Calder next for more juveniles, this time colts and geldings in the What a Pleasure Stakes, $100,000 again on offer. The 1 1/16 is the distance. Let's head back to Calder now for the running of the What a Pleasure.
They're all in the gate. And they're off in the What a Pleasure Stakes. In the middle of the track, that's Trust and Luck that rushes out for the lead. Moving toward the inside, it's Seek Gold. Length to the outside, that's Patriotic Flame. Then moving at the rail, it's Super Frolic. Between horses, it's White Cat. Length to the outside, Our Associate. Length to the rail, Fort Smith. Then move around the clubhouse turn with Trust and Luck in front to 1.5 lengths. Seek Gold is moved to the outside second. Tucked in at the rail, it's Super Frolic. 1/2 length to the outside, Patriotic Flame. 1.5 lengths back, it's White Cat. Another 1.5 lengths, Our Associate and a length to Fort Smith. They went the first quarter in 23-3. They straighten out for the run up the backstretch. Trust and Luck leads by 2.5. Seek Gold is second, length to the inside. Super Frolic, half length to the outside. Patriotic Flame. That's the length out back to White Cat. 2 lengths toward the outside. Our Associate, and at the rail, Fort Smith. The half in 47-4. 4 furlongs left to go. Trust and Luck leads by a length and a half. On the outside, it's Seek Gold. At the rail, it's Super Frolic. Length back to the outside, it's Patriotic Flame. Then 2 more lengths to White Cat. Length back to the inside, it's Fort Smith with Our Associate. The field moves toward the quarter pole in the What a Pleasure Stakes. They're in 3 quarters and 112-2. Trust and Luck opens up a 3-length lead. Super Frolic takes up the chase second. Dropping back, it's Seek Gold. Then to the far outside, Patriotic Flame. They're at the top of the stretch now. Trust and Luck leads by 6, and they're not going to get him today. He's going to win this one by a pole. Super Frolic is second. 2 lengths back, it's Patriotic Flame third. Here's the wire. It's Trust and Luck and Cornelio Velasquez. They take the What a Pleasure Stakes by about 9 or 10 lengths. It was Patriotic Flame up for the place.
Trust and Luck with Cornelio Velasquez earning a new stakes record. Prior to the running of this race, Ralph Zadie has been quoted as saying if his horse gets to the lead, he will win for fun, and win for fun he did by an easy 11 lengths, throttled down in the final strides by Cornelio Velasquez. Patriotic Flame giving futile chase through the drive, just got up to nip by 3/4 of a length. Super Frolic, who had tracked the pace in the early going and held on for third. Little disappointing here was Seek Gold shipping down off of a nice performance in New York for Nick Zito. Moving into stakes company, did try the eventual winner early in the going, but was no match for him when that one put him away. Seek Gold wrapped up pretty easily after that. New stakes record here by Trust and Luck, easily breaking Unbridled's record set many years back. I believe it was in 1990. Trust and Luck had won the In Reality division of the Florida Stallion Series prior to this victory. Trust and Luck is a chestnut 2-year-old son of Montbrook from Bold Burst by Dehar. He was bred in Florida by Weist and Heathers, owned by Einar Robsham and trained by Ralph Zadie. Ridden to victory by Cornelio Velasquez, Trust and Luck covers the mile and a 16th of the What a Pleasure in 1:44 flat. Heading north next to Laurel Park, where on Saturday they contested the Grade 3 Anne Arundel, $100,000 for 3-year-old fillies going a mile and an eighth. Let's head down to Laurel for the running of the Anne Arundel.
All in. And they're off in the Anne Arundel. Past the Virtue comes out running. Past the Virtue from Desert Gold. Shop Till You Drop on the outside. Right up there too is Martha's Music. And Undercover Racing fifth in between horses to that first turn, followed by Knocking Racing in sixth. Bailey has To the Queen on the inside, up from 7th position, only 3 or 4 lengths off the lead. Database is now past entry mate Knocking, who's back about some 8 lengths off that lead. And we go back to Long Shot Sideways and Tarnished Lady. And True Sensation is the trailer, about 15 lengths covers the field. Shop Till You Drop now on the outside, putting pressure on Past the Virtue, but Past the Virtue has a narrow lead by a neck. Shop Till You Drop is right there, and they're 5 lengths clear, and Desert Gold settles in there under Shane Sellers Racing in the 3rd spot. Martha's Music 4th, Undercover is 5th out there in the 3 path, followed by To the Queen is racing 6th, and some 9 lengths off the lead as the top 2 go on at a good pace up there, followed by Database. Then we go back to Knocking and Tarnished Lady, Sideways with 1 beaten. That's True Sensation at the back of the pack, and 17 lengths off the lead. It's an even pace, but still Past the Virtue out there. Alberto Delgado leading the way. Shop Till You Drop puts continuous pressure on in 2nd. Undercover now closing the gap from 3rd. To the Queen is asked for run on the inside, racing in 4th. Martha's Music's now past To the Queen. To the Queen's really under a battle this afternoon. Knocking has 8 lengths to come. Desert Gold also about 8 lengths off the lead. On the inside of that one is Database as they get to the top of the lane. The others have some running to do now. Shop Till You Drop and Harry Vega. Past the Virtue. Undercover Mario Pino and Martha's Music on the far outside. Jerry Bailey asking more from To the Queen down on the inside, but they've got 6 lengths to make up. Martha's Music's rolling on the outside. Here comes Martha's Music to collect the pieces from Shop Till You Drop. Past the Virtue battles on in a game effort. It's going to be Martha's Music and Stuart Elliott to take it at 10-1, 3/4 of a length. Past the Virtue runs huge this afternoon, followed by Shop Till You Drop.
Martha's Music and Stuart Elliott pulling off a bit of an upset here, unhurried early, made a nice 4-wide move and closed aggressively to pass setter, pass the Virtue. Only in the final strides of the race at 19-1, she held on well for the second spot. A Shop Till You Drop gave chase in the early going and had to settle for third. Also in the 20-1 price range in terms of the odds, favored to the Queen. Shipping in, Jerry Bailey had the mount here for trainer Bill Mott on the ship in, and they failed to menace at any point. She did show very little early speed and came up flat in the drive, finishing fourth as the even money choice. Martha's Music picking up her second consecutive victory at Laurel. Ran in New York last wintertime on the inner track and was fairly successful, and has not had a really strong 3-year-old season, although she did win a stake at Laurel earlier on this summer. Martha's Music is a 3-year-old bay filly, a daughter of Sultry Song from Danzig Key by Danzig, bred in Kentucky by John Mabey, owned by the DJ Stable and trained by John Service, ridden to victory by Stuart Elliott. Martha's Music covers the 1 1/8 of the Anne Arundel in 1:50.4. Next, we're going to head west, southwest, in fact, to Turf Paradise for the running of the $50,000 Paradise Mile. 3-year-olds and up going a flat mile on the turf course. It's nice to see the grass every now and then at this time of the year. Let's head down to the southwest to the running of the Paradise Mile.
Off man running in the Paradise Mile. Good even start. Camacho hustled away to take the early lead. Mistakenly Special flashing good speed up into second, and Jaham is right there third. Arbaggio is at the fence, a close-up fourth. Free Corona 5 off the pace in fifth. Heightened Interest next by an Ecta Milkwood on the inside. Mumtaz at the back of the pack, 10 off the pace around the first turn. It's Camacho taking over, striding away to lead by 3. Mistakenly Special off the fence, racing second. Arbaggio cuts the corner, inches up a closer third. And Jaham now 4 off the pace. Maker fourth, Free Coronas in fifth. Heightened Interest taking a hold of early Milkwood to the inside, and 2 back to Mumtaz at the back. Quarter 23 and 4 up the backside. Camacho leads it clear a length and a quarter. Arbaggio steered off the fence and up to put some pressure on now. Second, and Mistakenly Special tracking a clear-cut third. Then it's Jaham racing fourth by an Ecta. Milkwood advancing steadily at the fence from fifth. To the outside comes Free Corona. Mumtaz is gaining quickly 3 wide. Race starts to tighten up into the far turn. Heightened Interest at the back of the pack around that turn. Half in 48 and 2/5 seconds. Still Camacho nice and easy under a nice hold, leading it clear by a length and a half. Arbaggio set down for the drive in second. Milkwood waiting for a seam up the inside. Jaham is slicing through between horses. Mumtaz on the far outside, and Mistakenly Special in a stretch drive. And it's Glenn Corbett going to work on Camacho with 20 left in the tank. He's clear by 2. Milkwood trying to close the gap, not getting to him. Arbaggio third. In deep stretch, it's Camacho clear, and Camacho going wire to win the Paradise Mile. Camacho and Glenn Corbett by 2 to Arbaggio second. Milkwood third in 1:36 and 2.
Camacho and Glenn Corbett picking up a length and 3/4 victory here on the front end. Hustled hard, setting the pace in the early going, and just kind of shaken up at the top of the stretch to draw off by a couple of lengths. Ended up holding on by just under 2 from Arbaggio, with Milkwood back in the third spot, finishing second and third. That order was reversed in the official order as Milkwood was moved into the second spot. Arbaggio did lug in, causing some trouble as the two of them were battling for the second spot. So it ends up being Milkwood assigned the second spot as Arbaggio moved back to the third spot. The winner by that point was clear. The winner, Camacho, is a chestnut 5-year-old gelding, a son of Maruf from in Margaritaville by Northjet. The names don't sound terribly familiar. It is because he was bred in New Zealand by J.E. Comber and J.S. Powell, owned by Tom Hamilton, trained by Pat Gallagher, and ridden to victory by Glenn Corbett. Camacho covers the flat mile on the turf in 1:36 and 3. We're going to stay west and move north to Golden Gate Fields in Northern California for the running of the Gold Rush Stakes for 2-year-olds at a flat mile. The purse is $75,000. Let's head to Northern California for the running of the Gold Rush.
Movement from Quietly Quick. And there they go. It's a beautiful beginning. Allwood's out for the lead, headed by Natural Balance. Quietly Quick is showing speed with Buddy Gill to the extreme outside. Always Remembers inside of Spensive. Natural Balance has the lead. Buddy Gill forces the issue with Quietly Quick. Allwood secures a very nice tracking position along the rail. He's a length clear of Spensive. It's more than a length and a half to Always Remember. Buddy Gill 3 wide entering the backstretch. He's covering Quietly Quick. Natural Balance is right there to the rail. It's more than 3 to Spensive. The gray strides into 4th, covering Allwood. They have about 4 to make up, and they're 3 clear from Always Remember. 22 and 2 for the opening quarter. Up the Golden Gate Fields backstretch. Natural Balance matches strides with Buddy Gill. Quietly Quick takes off the pace from 3rd, 3 to make up past the half-mile marker. Spensive is closing to the far outside. Allwood has 4 to make up before the 3/8, and he's a length clear of Always Remember. 45 and 2 for the half, 3/8 to travel. Buddy Gill and Natural Balance side by side. They better recognize Spensive. The gray looms live 3 wide. Quietly Quick is 4th, and further back is Always Remember. He's closing and gathering momentum. At the back is Allwood. 3/4, 110 and 4 at the top of the lane in the Gold Rush Stakes. Here comes Always Remember to challenge Spensive for the lead. Natural Balance is 3rd. Buddy Gill is defeated. Always Remember has the momentum, and he has the lead. Spensive is right there with him. Natural Balance is 3rd. A 16th from the wire. It's Always Remember and Spensive. Always Remember, Spensive. These two run to the wire. It might have been Spensive.
Spensive and Julie Crone, they got some splaining to do. Actually, as the favorite here, they pick up the head victory from Always Remember, who was rallying very stoutly from off the pace. In fact, did get to the lead at one point, but Spensive, who was unhurried in the early going, made a solid move, re-rallying on the rail. Natural Balance, early pace setter or pace presser, does hold on very nicely after dueling inside of horses to maintain the 3rd spot at 45 to 1. The winner, Spensive, is a Gray-Aroan 2-year-old son of Ponch from Operate Quick by Dr. Schwartzman. He was bred in Florida by Abendroth Farm. He is actually bred very well to handle the sloppy going over which the Gold Rush was contested. Spensive is owned by Watson and Whitman, trained by Bob Baffert, and ridden to victory by Julie Crone. Spensive covers the 1 mile on the off-going in the Gold Rush in 1:38 and 1. We are going to pause now for a brief message, and when we return, we'll be taking a look at stakes racing action from Hollywood Park, as well as the local action from Aqueduct. Please stay tuned.
NYBreds.com, the online home of Thoroughbred Racing's best incentive program. NYBreds.com features sales and racing news, farm tours, articles by some of racing's top riders, the latest results, plus photos and streaming video of New York bred stakes races.
Here comes Critical Eye, and Critical Eye has won.
NYBreds.com has something for everyone. If racing is your full-time business, you want to see the leaders in both owner and breeder awards, and a list of stallion earnings courtesy of the Blood Horse. Racing fans will want to see the latest press releases from both NYRA and Finger Lakes, plus contests where you can cast your vote for New York bred divisional champions, or even name a newborn foal. Want to take your interest in racing to the next level? NYBreds.com shows how being an owner or breeder can be both fun and rewarding. Thanks to the New York Breeding and Racing Program. NYBreds.com has it all. That's NYBreds.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Horses and Courses. Next, we're going to head to Southern California, Hollywood Park, for a trio of stakes, beginning with the Grade 1 Hollywood Starlet for 2-year-old fillies. The distance, 1 mile and a 16th. The purse, $200,000. Let's head out to Southern California for last Saturday's running of the Hollywood Starlet.
Summer Wind Dancer broke well and goes for the front, joined by Kinsey Wu. Elo Love sent through from the inside. Armis Vesta is 4 wide, and Composure is 5 wide at the clubhouse turn. Watching You comes away next, and the early trailer is 'Tis a Lovely Lady. Elo Love going to take over the lead as Watching You tugs Kent DeSormo up into second. It's Elo Love to the backstretch, a tight length in front. Summer Wind Dancer and Kinsey Wu 3 and 4 wide respectively. Now Watching You is taken back by Kent, and she's 4th, now 2 from the front. Composure is closer to the rail now. She's 5th with 3.5 lengths to make up. The gray Armis Vesta tries to go with her, and it's 5 lengths back to Tis a Lovely Lady. They're up the backstretch in the 22nd running of the Hollywood Starlet. L.O. Love is a neck in front. Long shot Kinsey Wu comes to put some pressure. They run to the half-mile pole that way, and L.O. Love leads by a neck. Kinsey Wu is 2nd. Watching You tucked in, just in behind the leaders. She'll try to go through from the inside. Summer Wind Dancer is between horses, and Composure makes her move. Summer Wind Dancer took up, and Composure is up to 3rd and on the move, 2 from the front. Armis Vesta has 7 to come. Tis a Lovely Lady has trailed throughout, and they run to the top of the stretch in the Hollywood Starlet. It is still L.O. Love in front, and she's fresh at the quarter pole, leads by 2. Composure has the final quarter mile to get by her. Then comes Watching You and Kinsey Wu. Summer Wind Dancer. L.O. Love gets away at the top of the stretch. L.O. Love trying to spring a huge upset, and she's 3 lengths in front of Composure, who's under the left-handed whip. To the outside, Summer Wind Dancer and Watching You. L.O. Love is still 3 in front at the 16th pole, and she's going to win. Composure will try to hold 2nd, but she can't catch the winner of the Starlet. That is L.O. Love.
L.O. Love. I will spare everyone the Cockney accent, but she picks up a very impressive front-end victory here. Maiden winner, her only career victory coming against maiden specials, and she hustles to the lead under an aggressive ride by Pat Valenzuela and is able to spurt clear at the top of the stretch. Composure left reeling 4 lengths officially in her wake. Composure did get off just a little bit on the slow side. The heavy odds-on choice off of a very good second-place finish in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies behind Storm Flag Flying. Composure rallied nicely but was no match for the winners. Summer Wind Dancer gave chase in the early going. She was in a little bit tight company early and did get some running room, finally made a little bit of a move, but she was never really able to contend with the winner, L.O. Love. A very impressive open lengths winner, 2-year-old Bay, daughter of Gilded Time from Currency Quest by Crypto Clearance, giving the impression that perhaps a stretch out might not be impossible. The Crypto Clearance breeding is a solid sign of ability to stretch out. Bred in Kentucky by North Wales Limited and owned by John Paul Redham, trained by Craig DeLassy. Upset winner L.O. Love at $63.60, ridden to victory by Pat Valenzuela. Covers the mile and a 16th of the Grade 1 Hollywood Starlet in 1:42 and 4. Continuing with stakes racing action from Hollywood Park on Saturday, the Grade 3 Native Diver, $100,000 for 3-year-olds and up, going 1 1/8 miles. Let's head back to Hollywood for the running of the Native Diver.
They're at the post. Gentle Giant and Dig For It are hard sent. Daunting and Fleet Street Dancer also go, and the 4 of them fly early. Mike Smith's got to love this on Gray Memo, who's at the back of the pack. It's a 4-way match race early. Gentle Giant and Daunting, Dig For It and Fleet Street Dancer. Euchre just in behind the leaders. Then Pienza Sonando and Nose for Trade. And Gray Memo is already 15 or 18 lengths off the pace, which is very quick to the backstretch in the Native Diver. It is Gentle Giant. He's had to fly to get 3/4 of a length in front of Daunting in 2nd. Dig For It is hard ridden in 3rd. He's 2.5 lengths off the lead. Fleet Street Dancer and Euchre 4th and 5th with 3 to come. Pienza Sonando secures a good running position, 6th and 5.5 lengths off the lead. Nose for Trade is 5 lengths behind him, and 8 lengths last. The stretch running Gray Memo as they head up the backstretch in the 24th Native Diver Handicap. Gentle Giant and Daunting. These two continue to go quickly and aggressively. Gentle Giant's a neck in front. Daunting is 2nd by 1.5 lengths. Dig For It joined by Euchre 3 deep. Fleet Street Dancer is at the rail. The top 5 separated by 2.5 lengths. Pienza Sonando going to get first crack at the front runners, and here he comes smoothly. 4 lengths to Nose for Trade. Still 8 lengths last at the 3-furlong marker. Gray Memo would have to make up 20 in the final 3/8 of the Native Diver. It is Daunting and Gentle Giant. From between horses, Fleet Street Dancer. Dig For It comes under a heavy ride. Pienza Sonando is 6th now, but he's soon to be into 4th, and he's on the move. Pienza Sonando draws within 3 of the lead. Gray Memo in an impossible spot. It is Fleet Street Dancer and Daunting. Gentle Giant backs out of it. Pienza Sonando to the middle of the track, and here he comes. Fleet Street Dancer, Daunting at the rail. Pienza Sonando, Nose for Trade late. Fleet Street Dancer, Pienza Sonando, Fleet Street Dancer, Pienza Sonando!
Piensa Sonando, and who else? Lafitte Pincay Jr., one of the all-time greats in the business, picking up a head victory. A little bit of a tricky ride here. He made an inside move, moved out, and just got there in the nick of time to nip Fleet Street Dancer at nearly 20-1. He making a very solid wide bid. Game in the late stages, Knows the Trade, also rallying from well off the pace after a slow start at 27-1. So the favorite in here finishing off the board, the second choice, picking up the victory and long shots underneath. The favorite in the field was Euchre, who was 4 wide in the early going and was absolutely flat, finishing 7th in the field of 8, only beating Gray Memo, who was completely flat. The winner, Piensa Sonando, is a 4-year-old dark bay or brown colt. He is a late 4-year-old. He was born on October 23rd of 1998 in Chile. A son of Galansky from Asi No Mas by Mosito Guapo, was bred in Chile by the Ara Santa Olga, owned by Nelson Bunker Hunt and trained by Ron McAnally. Looks like he has got another very strong southern hemisphere import on his hands. Ridden to victory by the great Lafitte Pincay Jr., Piensa Sonando covers the mile and an eighth in the Native Diver in 1:48.2. Completing the weekend stakes racing at Hollywood, the Bayakoa Handicap for fillies and mares, $150,000 Grade 2 event on Sunday. The distance, 1 1/16. Let's head back to Hollywood once more for the running of the Bayakoa.
Grand post. Secret of Mecca and Seas Elegance are quickest. Angel Gift and Netherland are there. There goes Netherland up into second. Star is taken back off the pace and angled to the inside. She'll get all the way over to the fence, and the early trailer is Polaire. It's Secret of Mecca to set the pace into the backstretch. She does it comfortably, a neck in front of Netherland, who comes to put some pressure on now. And there goes Netherland up to take over the lead, and Secret of Mecca relents and sits second. She's joined by Seas Elegance. Star is just in behind the leader. She's tugging at P-Val, 2 lengths from the lead. Angel Gift just outside of her, and the trailer is Polaire as they run up the backstretch in the 21st Bayakoa Handicap. Netherland rejoined by Secret of Mecca. These two now quicken at the 5-furlong marker. Seas Elegance is tugging in third. Star's going to need a way through. She's 4th and less than 2 from the front. Angel Gift has momentum. She'll beat 3 wide leaving the backstretch, but she's got a chance. 4 lengths further back to Polaire. The top 5 are separated by 2 lengths. Secret of Mecca, Seas Elegance 3 wide. Netherland between horses. Angel Gift 4 wide. Star is still tucked in just behind the leader, and the leader is Secret of Mecca by a neck. Seas Elegance put to a drive to the outside, and Angel Gift 4 wide. Star still needs a way through, nowhere to go. 5 back to Polaire, and they race to the top of the stretch, and the rail opens up, and Star fires on through. Here comes Star to the inside. Seas Elegance, Secret of Mecca now back to third, and Star swings shots to the lead. It is Star now a length and a half in front. Seas Elegance out sprinted to the 16th pole. Secret of Mecca and Angel Gift, and Star is straight and strong, and she blows them away. It is Star to win the Bayakoa.
Star and P-Val drawing off by an easy 5 is the even money favorite. She made a nice move getting through on the inside and drew clear. She has been a real solid campaigner out in Southern California, perhaps just a step below the very, very best in the country in terms of filly or mare handicap fillies, but she has been a very solid competitor when she has kept to her California base. Seas Elegance picking up the second spot in here with a very nice effort, pressing the pace 4 wide into the stretch, but was absolutely no match for the winner. Angel Gift rallies from well off the pace into the third spot with a 5 wide sweeping move under David Flores. The winner, Star, is a 4-year-old dark bay or brown filly, a daughter of Dynaformer from To the Hunt by Relaunch. Bred by the Wind Hill Farm in Kentucky, she is owned by George Krikorian and trained by John Sheriffs. Ridden to victory by Pat Valenzuela, Starer covers the 1 1/16 of the Bayakoa in 1:41.3. Heading to New York now to finish off the weekend stakes action. We're going to begin with the Garland of Roses on Saturday. $75,000 ungraded stakes race for 3-year-olds and up, fillies and mares sprinting 6. Unfortunately marred by a number of scratches. It was contested on a muddy racetrack after poor weather conditions throughout Friday and into Saturday had led to a racetrack that was certainly the kind of thing that a horse would either love it or hate it, and I don't blame people for scratching out of it. It did unfortunately lead leave a little bit of a weak race. The top two horses in terms of overall quality, however, remained. They, of course, being Champion Extra Heat and top New York bred filly sprinter Dat You Ms. Blue. Let's head down to New York for the running of the Garland of Roses.
They're in the gate. And they're off. Astrid breaks on top. Redhead Riot there, and Extra Heat off to a good beginning down on the inside third. A length and a half back, and it's Dat You Ms. Blue, and a break of another 5 to Belle Artiste, who will be the early trailer. Astrid, Redhead Riot, and Extra Heat. Rick Wilson hustling on Extra Heat, and they grab the lead right after a quarter mile in 22-2. Extra Heat takes the field into the far turn now, a half length ahead of Redhead Riot. Dat You Ms. Blue comes on strongly. Dat You Ms. Blue, a rallying third. 3 lengths back to Astrid, half a dozen lengths back to Belle Artiste. Dat You Ms. Blue's got the lead. Dat You Ms. Blue is in front of Extra Heat, in front by a neck. They turn for home. Dat You Ms. Blue is getting away from Extra Heat. And a break of another 4 lengths back to Redhead Riot and Belle Artiste. Dat You Ms. Blue streaks past the 8th pole, clear by 2.5 lengths. Extra Heat is chasing her home, but time is running out, and Dat You Ms. Blue is going to do it here. Dat You Ms. Blue defeating a champion in Extra Heat by 2.5 lengths. Extra Heat checks in second here, and Belle Artiste wound up third.
Dat You Ms. Blue overpowering Extra Heat at the top of the stretch. The champion filly from last year and always a top competitor sprinting. Extra Heat was left reeling 2 1/4 lengths behind Dat You Ms. Blue, who sat a perfect trip. Perhaps it was the muddy surface, perhaps it was the 127 pounds, maybe the return to Rick Wilson in the saddle, but Extra Heat did not break nearly as alertly as she normally does. She has got generally got terrific gate speed. Redhead Riot and Astrid actually both outbroke her. Dat You Ms. Blue hustles through inside to get to the lead, but she certainly had to work hard over this muddy surface to do it. Meanwhile, Dat You Ms. Blue sitting a relaxed trip just off of the 3 dueling leaders, settled in with a nice move heading into the far turn and simply blew by Extra Heat at the top of the stretch under John Velasquez without ever looking back at all, under 116 pounds, getting a nice weight shift and picking up a solid victory over a very good filly in Extra Heat. Belle Artiste made her usual off-the-pace move into the 3rd spot. The winner, Dat You Ms. Blue, is a 5-year-old bay mare, New York bred, daughter of Cure the Blues from Emma Loves Marie by Wild Again, bred in New York by Landon Knight's stable, owned by Cynthia Knight, trained by Jimmy Jerkins, and ridden to victory by John Velasquez. This is a filly who has long loved the inner track. She's been terrific over wet tracks throughout her career and has now pulled off, although an ungraded stakes race, and she is a graded stakes winner, perhaps one of her most notable victories coming over Extra Heat. Dat You Ms. Blue covers the 6 furlongs on the Aqueduct inner track mud in 110 flat. Final race of the weekend from New York, the final stakes, the Damon Runyon for New York bred 2-year-olds going 1 1/16. The purse $75,000. Let's head back down to the Big A for the running of the Damon Runyon.
And they're off. Gray Comet veered in soon after the break. Unswept is coming up after the early lead, along with Chief Cat. Those two head-to-head going into the clubhouse turn. Caracorn Blackjack runs in 3rd. Gray Comet trying to find his way to the inside, putting Gray Pride in a bit of jam there into the turn, and Go Rockin' Robin comes through on the inside. At the back of the pack early are Explicit Action and Tomorrow's Banquet as they move into the backstretch run. Unswept now opens up 2.5 on the field. Caracorn Blackjack now edges up second on the outside. Chief Cat 3rd toward the rail. And then it's Gray Comet reserved in 4th position just outside Go Rockin' Robin. Then Gray Pride followed by Explicit Action. Another 7 or 8 lengths back to Tomorrow's Banquet trailing the field. Solid pace here at 23-2 opening quarter. Unswept the leader as they hit the half-mile pole. Got a half, 47-1. Caracorn Blackjack chasing second as Gray Comet continues to move now on the outside up into 3rd. Here comes Explicit Action. Explicit Action now up into 4th. Go Rockin' Robin now 5th toward the inside. Chief Cat retreats, now being passed by Gray Pride.
And they're coming to the top of the stretch. And it is Gray Comet up to grab the lead as they turn for home. Unswept down inside second by another 5 or 6 lengths. Go Rockin' Robin behind in third. Explicit Action is fourth. 1 furlong to go. And it is Gray Comet who wanders over to the inside. Unswept must come to the outside for a final try at him. But they're coming down to the finish. And it will be Gray Comet. On the line, 3.5 clear. Unswept second. And Go Rockin' Robin.
Gray Comet writing his own story here and drawing off by 3 3/4 easy lengths under Aaron Greider with Unswept, his stablemate in the Gary Contessa barn, finishing in the second spot. They were an uncoupled entry, different ownership interests here. Gary Contessa, however, sweeping the top 2 spots as Go Rockin' Robin makes a nice move from off the pace, but was no match for the top 2. It was a long, long way back to the rest of the field. Go Rockin' Robin had 15 lengths on tomorrow's banquet. The rest of them stretched far, far up the home stretch on the Aqueduct Inner Track, coming down the final furlongs. Gray Comet, a nice effort here, rating 2 wide and advancing steadily, drawing clear under Aaron Greider. He is a 2-year-old Grey Roan colt, the son of Distinctive Pro from Jack Bettaby Wright by Jacques Hu, bred by the Star Track Farm here in New York, owned by Star Track Farms, trained by Gary Contessa, ridden to victory by Aaron Greider. Gray Comet takes the Damon Runyon at 1 mile and a 16th and a final time of 1:44.1. That wraps up our week's worth of stakes racing action. Thank you everyone for joining me this week, and we hope you'll be able to join us next week as we continue to take a look around the country and see where the best stakes racing action is taking place and bring it all to you. Thanks once more for watching. I'm Jean Wood, and I will see you again next time.